out of Brindisi, Italy, weighing in at 215 pounds, with a professional record of 13 wins, 6 defeats, 4 draws with 9 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the heavyweight champion of Italy, Guido Trane. And in the blue corner, from Houston, Texas, weighing 244 pounds. His professional record consists of 51 wins, 2 defeats, with 48 KOs. He is a former heavyweight champion of the world, George Foreman.
They have come out to see George Foreman.
All right, any questions? Already had your instructions. Any questions over here? No questions. Any questions over here? Let's get it on. Come on.
George Foreman looks almost bored. Interesting. Guido Trane, at 29, I doubt that he's anything but bored. Trying to win a big fight. There's George Foreman. And while he is a hefty guy, I'll tell you, he's a lot less than he was a year ago when he weighed maybe 300 pounds. Here comes Guido Trane. Oh my, look at the difference in size.
Boy, George just lumbers around the ring, boy.
The big man.
Oh, yeah. And it's got to be scary for Trane when he looks across the ring, which is not that big. I mean, it's 20 by 20. Normal size ring to see a big guy like George Foreman. It's got to look like he's 2 feet in front of you.
The jab of Foreman, well, he can land it just whenever he wants in this fight. He's got a good jab. And even at the age of 39, pushing 40, he has a good jab. We saw it against Sikorsky. Doesn't look right now like Foreman's having trouble hitting Guido Trane. We have not seen Trane fight before. No one has really in the United States. He's 13-6. He has the Italian heavyweight championship, but in all candor, that's not a major title to win.
That 10 cents will get him a cup of coffee down in the coffee.
Right. I mean, which is true, basically. You know, however cynically you want to put it.
I don't mean it.
Yeah. No. You're right. It's not a major title, and it doesn't mean that much. You have to put it in perspective that way. Right now, George Foreman can hit this guy with anything.
Well, like you said, George looks bored. He's standing right in front of him. The guy's not doing anything. The guy's got to throw punches. George is missing with that uppercut. If he hits him with that uppercut.
Well, I'll tell you, Rocky Sikorsky was a much better fighter than Guido Trane after looking at Trane for 45 seconds. Rocky Sikorsky is not a world contender, but Guido Trane is showing us nothing right now. Foreman just peppering him with jabs. In the audience, Anders Eklund, who, interestingly, Trane had a draw with. And Eklund next on the dance card for Foreman if he wins tonight, and it sure looks like he's going to win.
He's already bleeding from the nose from the jabs of George Foreman.
Now there's what Trane might, if he could do anything there on the inside, throw the hook to the body and the head.
Exactly. Stay close to the body. It's the closest thing to you.
Foreman just pushing him off so easily. Inside is where Trane wants to be. Ludicrous ease with which Foreman's pushing him around.
Those are jolting jabs, boy.
Now there's what Trane needs to do. Now I'll tell you, as bad as he's been beaten up here in this first round, when he gets there, he can land punches.
That's it. Guys take close, throw something.
And I'll tell you, when people look at that, that's when they're cynical about Foreman because he can be hit. Rocky Sikorsky hit him, but Trane's just not throwing. Certainly George Foreman winning the first round, but at least Guido Trane made it interesting for about 30 seconds. Good hook by Trane. Well, it went one round, and at the beginning there was some doubt about that. We'll be back.
Right here, Al. Boom. Guido Trane, bing, gets caught with a good uppercut, left hook underneath by George Foreman.
Good body shot, and he hit Trane enough in the head. That time, nailed him to the body.
That'll roll your posture around a little bit.
As I said, Trane 13-6 with 4 draws, actually, which is an interesting record. Won his last fight against Stefano Vassallo, knocked him out in 7. I mentioned his big fight, the draw with Anders Eklund, who has been a top 20 heavyweight. That was back in October of 1983. Trane's staying on the outside, which, as we've said, is not the best posture for him. Every time he throws the right hand, Trane, the left hook comes underneath by George Foreman.
Now, I don't know if the gloves are 8 or 10 ounces, but they all look awful big, even for these heavyweights.
Could be 10 ounces.
They could very well be. For a guy like George Foreman, I don't think it makes much of a difference, but it would be better for him with 10-ounce gloves.
With 16-ounce gloves, somebody would be in trouble if they got hit by it.
Oh, he's so strong.
Power stays there with the older heavyweights. It's the speed that's a problem.
Well, that's what they say, exactly. When you get older, you lose your reflexes, you lose your speed, but you never lose that power. Puncher's always a puncher.
Right hand got in by Trane. I don't know if you look at it and you say George Foreman is obviously just biding his time, which he is. But even at that, Trane's able to get a shot in occasionally. And the way to judge what that big right by Trane, I'll tell you, that one got right there. I don't know if it did any damage to Foreman.
Oh, left hook to the body. Don't know if that had any damage, but
well, Trane's at least landing some punches. That's progress.
You know, when you see something like this, when you see George Foreman towering over Guido Trane, stalking him, when he says he wants to fight Mike Tyson, you say, oh, he's got to be crazy. And then you look at this and maybe it's not so crazy in the sense style-wise. I'm talking strictly style-wise. Forget age and everything else. That style-wise, maybe you could stand a chance. I'm not talking next fight, obviously. Right. I'm talking somewhere down the road.
So there is the theory that when you look at what Foreman did with Joe Frazier, that his size would help him. Right now, I just think the speed of Tyson would be way too much for him.
Obviously.
But what you're saying is the case, or at least if you look at it, that's what gives George Foreman the hope to keep this going.
Right. And I don't foresee him fighting anybody who's going to move on much. Obviously, because he wants to fight Mike Tyson, who isn't a mover. And obviously, because those type of guys give him problems.
No, I think the hand speed is the key question. Guys that will put punches together, I personally think are going to be able to hit George. Yeah. If they can do some damage to him. If they can't, it's a whole different story. Right now, the issue is Guido Trane, and he's not much of an issue. Mills Lane pulling Trane's trunks up.
You know, beginning of the fight, you asked me, what is the signs you look at for a fighter to see how far he has to come back? And I said about his hand speed. Now, obviously, George Foreman looks like he's throwing punches in slow motion.
Of course, he was never that quick a puncher when he was in his prime. But the one thing that is there is the jab from Foreman. Fairly quick. Now, it's the end of round 2. And we'll take a peek into George Foreman's corner. Stands in between rounds.
Wait a minute.
The jab of George Foreman, and Ray, that punch still looks like it's there for him, but here was a moment for Trane in this bout.
Yeah, but the hand, I don't know. Yeah, he's
got him
trying.
in the body.
He's trying. He's throwing a left hook to the body. I don't know if it has much steam on it, if it's going to have any effect on George Foreman, but he's trying.
Well, I thought there were moments in that second round where he was able to get the overhand right in. Now, Sikorsky was able to do that against Foreman, making it look, of course, like George against a better fighter would be vulnerable to that.
Right, right.
I guess that's what you have to look at in these fights. Otherwise, what's the point?
Right. When Trane bends down, George seems to drop his left hand. So Trane's swinging that right hand over the top. He's missed him, but hey, if you get lucky and catch him, you don't know. I wouldn't want to be around if he should fall, but
no.
That's a big oak going down.
Trane's still staying on the outside. Guido Trane, the 29-year-old. And, yeah, there's a little difference in that. 91% knockout ratio. That's outrageous. And remember, some of that, while a lot of it's been fashioned against not very good fighters recently, in the old days, George Foreman was young and fighting some tough dudes. He's knocking them all out. He's putting some jabs together now, Foreman is. There's Trane with the jab.
It almost seems like George is just wants to get a workout, and then sooner or later, maybe in 4 or 5 rounds, he's going to go to work. don't know if that's the case. But
now see, it is interesting though. Trane, when he uses some head movement and steps in close, other than the uppercut, he can do some work. There's the uppercut. I talked about that and the keys to victory. It's like a gym workout for George Foreman right now. It's like a heavyweight.
Heavyweight, right.
Despite being sent back to Italy, there's a left hook by Trane. Right now, Guido can't like what they're seeing. He got a right-handed, and boy, Foreman doesn't even move. Interesting. George, of course, a devoutly religious man, was an evangelist, preacher, in his years away from boxing. Wailing away on Guido Trane, though he is quick to say, and one of his great quotes is, "I never throw a punch in anger." Right now, he's throwing some good ones. Good left hook by Trane. He lands the right hand.
He got hooked on the chin a few times. He may get a bit angry.
Yeah, it's possible. Trane getting very bold here. He is landing to the head of George Foreman. Interesting. He's on the end of that jab, though. Trane is hopelessly in trouble. It's gone a few rounds longer than some people thought it would go.
Not everybody. There's a few people here who thought that Trane, if he kept his body movement, would last to more than 5 or 6 rounds.
Be interesting to see with George Foreman how he reacts as these rounds go on. In his comeback, the longest he went was into the 6th with Bobby Crabtree in September of '87. He remembers so vividly him pushing Joe off to get his rhythm broken, and then, of course, eventually upsetting Joe.
And those uppercuts.
Yes, also a weapon in that fight. We're into the 4th round. Guido Trane, the 29-year-old from Italy. A warning to George Foreman for low blows. Now there, Trane getting underneath and looking to land the left hook to the body. That's what you want, right? If he can do it. Didn't land flush.
Oh, that one did. Now George looks a little bit mad.
Punch in anger, perhaps. Oh, left hook by Trane again.
I think that George has obviously he's not taking this guy too serious because he's standing there getting hit with a few shots and trying to push him off, not firing back.
And I'll tell you, you can get yourself in trouble doing that.
Yes, you can. That's my point. He should just go under. Hey, I don't care if you want to work or not. Just go under and see what happens as possible because anything could happen.
Things like cuts, for instance. The right hand by Trane gets in. Well, for those that aren't impressed with Foreman coming back at 39, the one thing they would point to, and it was true in the Sikorsky fight, is that you can't hit him. And what happens if a real good fighter is going to be hitting him regularly?
What I thought was very funny, or not funny so much as interesting, is what Larry Holmes said after his fight with Mike Tyson. This kid with his George. Because the style. And I thought that was very unusual for Larry to say that. But if anyone wants to beat him at this point, it would be George.
I guess on the theory that he could land something big, but what would he take in order to land it? That's interesting. It'll be debated if Foreman keeps winning. Obviously. You got to keep doing that tonight. Whatever, Guido Trane, I don't know, but that he might not be making this a fairly close 4th round. I'm not sure I'd have him winning it, but he's landed 6 or 7 real good shots. The uppercut, though, really started to take its toll. Guido Trane is giving it a game effort right now. How much we can say. his history, and whatever the case, Guido Trane is still here. He's heading into a fifth. See what happens.
Now, just boom, right hand shot. George can't walk into too many of those and expect to win.
And for Guido Trane, he's had his moments here. They have been few and far between, but he's had them. And as he takes this fight into more and more distance, you have to wonder about the 39-year-old George Foreman. Round 5, Al Bernstein along with Ray Boom Boom Mancini at a sold-out Caesars Palace. George Foreman against Guido Trane. Don Chevrier, who normally sits in here, is in Atlantic City getting ready to do another fight. And we say hi to you, Don.
Yeah, we miss you, Don.
Well, we'll see him back here probably next week. And let's take a look at your scoring, Ray.
I haven't. Obviously, all 4 rounds for George Foreman, 40-36. But you know, Al, when you were showing the film clip of Trane hitting George Foreman, as we were showing that, there's a couple guys here ringside, Tony Roman Angelo, who are fans, or big fight fans who think that Trane has a chance. I'm looking at these guys and they keep saying, telling me, pointing to me, see, I'm sure. I told you, I don't understand what they're watching, but they think Trane has a good shot.
Well, if you keep landing right hands like that, I guess they feel somehow it's going to make some impact for Guido Trane. He is landing shots. There's a hook against Foreman. I think that left hook he just landed got George's attention.
Something better because he's still
Well, now he lands a big right. There's a lot of blood from the nose of Guido Trane. I think what Foreman realizes here now is, instead of taking punch from this guy, I better try and end this fight. That's what he's going to try and do. Because Guido Trane, say what you will, right now he has landed shots against George Foreman. And if you're looking at this, trying to put it in perspective, I tell you, there's a right hand. You've got to start asking yourself, what if this wasn't Guido Trane? What if this was Pinklin Thomas or Tim Witherspoon or Carl Williams or any of these guys? What would they be doing?
You got to fight up for Tony Tubbs watching this fight.
That's right.
I'm sorry, Tony Tucker. Tony Tucker is sitting there watching, and I'm sure he's saying, boy, I wish it could be me.
Now, if Tony Tucker had been hitting with those shots, it could have been a problem. In any case, right now, it's Guido Trane trying his best and working the body and working the head of George Foreman.
And I don't care what they say, Trane's got his fans up behind me. This Tony Roman Angelo keep cheering for him. I don't know. I think he can pull it off.
Well, we'll see. They're not alone, I would think, and people that want to see this be an interesting fight. Guido Trane here in the 5th round has definitely done some work. Now he's going down to the body. What will this do to George Foreman?
Good, right? At least.
That's for sure. Trane is taking punishment. He's dishing some out as well. This is becoming rather interesting here in the 5th round. Well, we're going to look at the cut, I guess, of Trane. It's not over the eye, I don't think.
How about your nose? You can breathe all right? Oh, there's a lot of blood.
¿Non può respirare più? Basta vuoi lasciare dentro o vuoi fare un altro più? No, vuole andare, mi vuole
Mancini doing some good translating work, and Guido Trane says, yeah.
That's if you want to fight more or do you want to stop now? Because I want to fight more.
He may be heartened by some of the things he's been able to do in this round. His nose is bleeding a lot. Whether it's broken or not remains to be seen. He's winging punches, Guido Trane.
See, this makes it interesting.
Well, now Foreman hurt him with that right hand. Foreman looking to the referee like he wants the fight stop. What's this? What's this?
That's just blood spattered. Al, I think that they cleaned it up.
The timing was strange. I guess Will Lane thought there was a reason to bring him over, but why right after Foreman had appealed to him? This is a little weird, folks. This is a little weird. George Foreman is declared the winner. He certainly was battering Guido Trane, but some questions raised. Was it the cut? What is the reason? There is a cut over the left eye of Trane, and that's a bad cut. So apparently Dr. Romeo felt that that cut was bad enough to stop it.
It's dripping.
It is dripping, but it's interesting. Normally you would wait till the end of the round, I would think.
I would think so. I'm close to the end of the round anyway.
Whatever. I think what was, there's the right hand by George Foreman. What might be disturbing about this is the fact that George Foreman happened to turn to Mills Lane right before this at a time when it didn't look like Trane was in big trouble. We're letting this run through to the spot where this will happen.
I found it interesting that George appealed to the referee and he'd say, okay.
Well, Chuck Hull's in the center of the ring. Let's go to him for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the advice of ringside physician Dr. Donald Romeo, referee Mills Lane stops the bout at 2 minutes, 39 seconds of the 5th round. The winner by a TKO, George Foreman.
George Foreman wins on a TKO. He's won his 7th straight comeback win, not necessarily in impressive fashion. We'll be back to talk to Big George right after this. Stick around with it.